Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's makeup tutorial is going to be inspired by Kylie Jenner's makeup. Her makeup has been absolutely gorgeous recently, so I really wanted to recreate one of her recent looks that I saw on her Instagram. So the first step is going to be applying my primer. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer, and I'm just applying it on all of my bumpy areas, which is basically in the center of my face. And then I'm taking my MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and this is in the color NC40. It looks very yellow, but it is going to blend with my neck. I promise all of MAC NC colours do come out very stark and yellow, but this is going to blend into my skin perfectly soon, I promise. I'm just blending that in and building up as much coverage as I need with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, just because Kylie's look was really full coverage. Her skin just looks absolutely flawless, so I wanted to recreate that and just make sure my skin looked nice, matte and flawless. Next, I'm going to be priming my eyes using my soft ochre paint pot. This is just going to prep my eyes for any eyeshadow that we're going to apply, and it's just going to make it blend really easily. Then I'm going to take Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek, and this is just going to be my first transition colour. I'm just going to apply a really small amount of that into the crease, and then I'm going to take Creme Brulee, which is just another Makeup Geek shadow, and just apply this into the deeper part of my crease. Kylie didn't have a lot going on in her crease. The main sort of attraction was the lid colour. So next I'm going to be applying Magic Act, which is one of my favourite Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and this is a foiled one, and that's just this colour here, and this is going to create the most gorgeous shimmery effect and just the most gorgeous just gorgeous gold. So it's just amazing. So I'm just going to apply this all over with a synthetic brush, and this will just create that really gorgeous glistening look that Kylie had. Then I'm going to be taking Shimmer Shimmer, which is another Makeup Geek eyeshadow. As you can see, I've been loving Makeup Geek at the moment, and just applying that into my inner corners just because I want to create that really nice open-eyed effect. Then I'm just going to take some liquid glitter liner. This one is from NYX, and just be applying it all on top of where we place that foiled eyeshadow just to finish off. Then I'm just going to apply some mascara, and then we are going to pop on our false lashes. I honestly feel like Kylie's lid colour and the false lashes are what kind of create this look. So go for some really long spiky lashes. Hers were very long, almost touching her brows. They were so long and they really opened up her eyes. So I am of course going for some really long dramatic lashes, and just making sure they blend into my lash line. I'm just applying a little bit of liquid liner just where I need to, so that it looks as natural as possible. Then I'm just going to fill in my brows as I usually do. I don't have a similar shape of brow to Kylie, so I'm just going to go for my normal shape. Go for whatever you feel suits your face the best. So I'm just using some concealer to go underneath my brow. Then I am using the MAC Waterproof Brow Set, which is basically finished, but I don't have another brow set or brow mascara, so I'm just trying to make the most of it and just putting my brows into place. And then I'm just filling them in with MAC Spiked Eyebrow Pencil. Then I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and just be applying this underneath my eyes and just kind of taking it down the sides of my nose just to kind of narrow down my nose a little bit. Kylie's under eye highlight was very intense, so I'm going to be going with a much lighter concealer as well, just on the higher points of my face. But first I'm going to apply this onto my forehead and also onto my chin. Next, I'm going to be taking the Mineralized Concealer from MAC and just be applying this onto the high points of my face. This is in NC15, so it's a very light colour, but this is going to give me a really nice bright effect. And I'm also going to be applying this onto the bridge of my nose just to narrow it down a little bit, just because my nose is not as petite as Kylie's, unfortunately. Then I'm taking the Miracle Complexion Sponge by Real Techniques and just doing this to make sure my skin looks all nice and blended together and there are no harsh lines. And once I've done that, I'm going to go in with a brush also, just to make sure that I get into all the little tiny areas that I can't reach. And for that, I'm going to be using my Sigma 3D HD Precision brush. And you guys know I absolutely love this brush. It's the most easiest concealer brush to use, and especially when you want to get into them tiny little areas and you don't want to ruin the eye makeup that you just previously applied, it's the best. I absolutely love this brush. And I'm also using that to blend in my nose highlight as well. To set my under eyes first, I'm using a Tom Ford blush brush and my MAC CC Correct powder in the neutralized shade, and just using this to pat it onto my under eyes first because I want to make sure that there are no creases. You want to make sure that you catch the creasing before it begins, and then I'm just using my sponge to apply that same powder and just start to bake my face. This is just going to give us that really gorgeous bright effect. It's also going to prevent anything from moving at the same time. So I'm just applying this onto the high points of my face and just underneath where my contour is going to go. So today I'm going to be cream contouring because you know the Kardashians love to contour, and Kylie's face always looks really gorgeous and structured. So I'm going to be cream contouring and powder contouring today, which is not something I usually do, but I'm just doing that in all the areas that I want to give the appearance of a sunken in effect. I'm doing on the sides of my face, on the cheekbones, and also on my jawline. And to contour, I use the RCMA foundation palette. At the moment, I'm just dusting away the powder we just applied, just because I want to start blending in the contour in the areas where it might blend into the powder a little bit. So I want to make sure that's all buffed away, and I'm just using that same sponge to make sure it's all blended in and it all looks nice and subtle. And then I'm just taking that sponge that I was using before just to clean up underneath the contour. Now I'm just bronzing my skin to give myself a really gorgeous glowed effect, because Kylie does always look quite matte, but she does look nice and bronzed. So I'm just making sure to give myself a lot of colour just so I look nice and summery, because this look is actually really perfect for summer. Then I'm taking the Bahama Mama bronzer, which is one of my favourite powders to contour with, just because it still is warm, but it's not completely orangey at the same time. So I'm just using that in the hollows of my cheeks just to give a little bit more definition, and then I'm just going to be applying onto the sides of my forehead as well. Next, we're going to start finishing off the eyes, and I'm using Frappe, which is also a Makeup Geek eyeshadow, and just taking a fluffy Sigma blending brush and just be applying that onto my bottom lash line, and then also be applying some mascara just to balance the top and the bottom lash line. And because Kylie's eyes look huge in the picture I'm referring to, I'm going to be applying a skin tone pencil into my waterline to make my eyes look larger than they actually are. Next, I'm just highlighting a little bit onto my cheekbones, just because Kylie's face does look very matte, but I can't imagine she wouldn't be wearing a highlight, so I did want to apply a little bit onto my cheekbones, just on the highest point. And then I'm taking that Bahama Mama bronzer again and just using that to very lightly contour my nose. Kylie doesn't usually contour her nose, but I feel like I need to. It's like my safety net, and I just feel like I need to do it. So go for whatever you feel suits your face. And then I'm just applying a little bit of highlight onto the tip of my nose just to turn it upwards a little bit. And then to finish off, I went for a really simple matte lip look. At the moment, I'm using NYX Natural Lip Liner, and then I'm taking MAC Honey Love just because she looked like she had a really cool nude lip going on. And then I'm just going around it with Stone Lip Liner just to give a little bit more definition, because I kind of felt like my lips were disappearing into my skin a little bit. So do whatever you feel suits your skin tone. This is of course not for every single skin tone, so go for whatever nude lipstick suits you. And this is the finished look, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to comment down below any other videos you would like to see, and thumbs up this video because it honestly does help me out so much. So click the like button to like this video because it helps me out a ton, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I can't wait to see you guys in my next video, and I will talk to you later. Bye guys!